Hello, today I'm going to show you how to replace the tubing on hearing aid, especially if you've got these hearing aid moulds. A lot of hearing aids these days, they tend to give you a different variety, but I've chosen the skeleton type mould because this is the one I prefer the most. Every so often you have to replace the tubing because they are made of silicone, and after a while they tend to go hard and brittle, which if you look at my one and on the hearing aids at the moment, they've gone really quite hard and gone off. I've actually been on there for a bit longer than they should have. Ideally you should replace the tubing every 6 months. Normally you go into an outpatient appointment or something, and the audiologist will do the tubing for you. They do let you, if you know how to do it, do the tubing by yourself. In this video I'm actually going to show you how to change the tubes so that you can do it at home if you so wish. Firstly, we got to remove the old tubing. First off, I'll remove the batteries. Then we try and remove the tubing. As they're old and stiff, I will have to just nibble away at the edge so that it can come off like so. Do that on the other. Mould. Thing is, you've got to remember which ones are which. On these hearing aids, we got a this one is your left one, that's blue, and this one's your right hand side one. So what I'll do is I'll leave them there in that position so I can remember. Next we have to remove the tubes. They just pull straight out. Like so. As you can see, they are absolutely disgusting. So what I will need to do now is I'll pause because I will need to go and give these moulds a bit of a wash because they are actually filthy as well. So I'll be back. Okay, what I've done was I taken an old toothbrush and gave the the mould a good scrub to get off all the crud that was built up on it. What you can see with the moulds, if I just zoom in, and hopefully it should focus. Focus in on focus in, if I can get it focusing. You can see that there is 2 holes. One is for the tube and the other is a breathing hole, to allow the air to breathe, circulate through to the ear canal. The diameter of the breathing hole, and that is rather important, and that is set by your audiogram. What that does, because if you have a hole that's too big, it will allow sound to leak out, and you get a massive whistling sound with feedback, which is really, really nasty. That is basically set by the your level of hearing loss you have. So what I'm going to do is show you how to put the tubing in. If I zoom back out, so what we have here is the tubing. First thing we need to do is to cut part of that tubing so we can get the get it into the hole. So we take one snip like so, and another snip. So you basically have part of the only half the tube, so we can then get that into the mould itself. The hole we're going to put the tubing in is that hole there, which comes out the other side and off up, and there's a special cut for that. So what we do is we thread the tubing in like so. Sometimes you would actually need to cut it a little bit, tape it a bit more, just to be able to get it into the hole. what we have is it pops out the other end. And we can then pull the tubing through. We can. Yeah. I'll just pause it for a moment so I can try and do this. Okay, what we had there was the tube that I was using was a bit thicker diameter than what was taken off. Fortunately, I had some thinner diameter tubing, so what I'll do is I'll pull this through and show you what to do next. There are tools that are available that will help you pull the tubing through. I will show you a picture. It'll be up on the screen somewhere. Right, what we have is now the tubing pulled through to the basically to the arm there. We then we take a pair of side cutters, chop the end off there, and pull it back through slightly so that doesn't irritate your ears. This particular mould is my left ear, so what we do is we take the left hearing aid. I now then measure where I need to cut on this particular one. You can use your old tubes, which will show you the give you the correct length, but I like to do it afresh. So what I'll do is pop that in my ear, grab the hearing aid, whack that behind my ear, it comes up with a length. It's usually better to cut it a little bit longer than it needs to be, because you can always cut more off if you need. We cut that. Then what I like to do is just widen the ends a little bit, and this helps slide the hearing aid in to the tube. Like thus. So then what we have then end up is the hearing aid and tube like so. I'm going to try and fit it. And make sure it's correct, which it seems to be. Then what I'll do is move on to the next one. I'll pause this video and do this one off camera and show you at the end. That's the end of showing you how to change the tubes. If you have any questions about hearing aids, deafness or anything like that, don't forget to comment in the box below, and hopefully see you on the next video. Bye.